Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Connor Williams, and welcome to the Reboot Roundtable, the 20 to 30 minute podcast where we chit-chat about reboots, rewrites, and sequels. I am joined as always by Jay.
What's poppin'?
And Tyler.
Hello.
And yeah, if you can't notice, we have audio, or not audio, we have visuals you can look at now. Specifically, us. So that's fun. This is a spicy change.
Oh, look at me go. Ooh, look at me go.
Look at you go. You're going to be a PNG.
I'm so excited to be a little drawing, little fella.
Just a little PNG just sitting there. I'm not even going to change it. It's just going to stay a static PNG. I'm too
That's
lazy.
peak.
No, you need to slide it across the screen.
I just slide it up the screen once in a while. But yeah, no.
So me and Connor are real.
Yeah,
actual
we're
real people.
Probably. I might be AI generated. Could be a plot twist.
Joke's on you
would
guys.
be.
I was AI generated
would
the whole
be.
time.
Joke's on you. I'm just a computer.
So,
So
today,
yeah, joke's on you. I'm a programmer.
Jay is giving us a pitch. What are you pitching us today, Jay?
Boys, I have something for y'all today. Y'all ever heard of Halo?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I am basically pitching a new Halo game. It's in the style of you ever played Alien Isolation?
I'm familiar with Alien Isolation.
I know a bit here and there.
So basically, from what I know, I used to watch speedruns of Alien Isolation. From what I know, the majority of Alien Isolation is spent not actually fighting the alien, but in avoiding it. So my pitch for a new Halo game is, we're going to start like this. You're a lone Marine, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You landed on a planet, you were fighting the Covenant, you all lost. If there's no Spartans there to help the Marines, generally they just lose, right? Because the Covenant forces are just way stronger than your average Marine. So, you're part of a Marine platoon that was wiped out. You're on this planet alone, right? The Covenant are still moving around, they're still performing their daily operations, but you're on the planet with them, and you can't get away. And so the game would follow kind of this idea of, like, just over time, you slowly making your way to a drop point where your old ship was, so that you can call for reinforcements to come and get you, to evac you. And so over the course of multiple levels, it would be something along the lines of, like, you'll have to stealth kill some grunts, or you'll have to, like, sneak around some elites. And, just this idea of, like, you need to be constantly avoiding the Covenant. But I'm imagining partway through the game idea, like the game style changing a little bit, in that the Flood show up. And so it turns from a game where you are, like, hiding from Covenant to a game of where you're genuinely in a fast-paced run from the Flood. And I'm imagining the Flood only show up on, like, the last, like, level, to where the Flood are taking care of the Covenant. You are, like, running for your life. You make it to the evac point, and there, like, a dropship is waiting for you. And, like, one of your allies comes and gets you. Maybe there's, like, a Spartan there. Maybe it's Master Chief. But there's a Spartan there. They pick you up, and they say,
Hey there, it's me, Master Chief.
So I actually
What's up,
didn't know
guys?
what the Flood
Master
was.
Chief.
I had to Google who the Flood were.
Ooh, okay. So
I have no Halo knowledge. I played a bit of the first game with you, Jay, actually, and that's all my Halo knowledge.
okay, well, I know a little bit about Halo. So to kind of describe the Flood, they are a alien parasitic race whose main objective is they take over host. And when they take over a host, they, like, gain its knowledge, they gain its ability, and they all fight for the hive mind. So it's literally just like, it's just an alien hive mind. They take over hosts, and they are basically unstoppable in Halo lore.
Wait, quick freeze real fast, because I was looking up to see what they look like, and I opened up the Halopedia wiki, and there's some dude with a beard up in the corner just looking hyped. He is so excited about life.
He's ready.
He's
gonna tell you all about Halo.
It threw me off. He's so hyped. He's so excited. I'm gonna send this in our group chat so we can get a live J reaction to this man. Do you know who he is? What's his lore?
I
know who he is. I know who he is.
He looks so excited. He looks like Joel from
Yeah, I don't actually know who that is.
You don't know who
so
that is? Okay, you haven't played Halo Infinite then.
I've not played Halo.
is he in Halo Infinite?
He is, like, I guess not the main character of Halo Infinite's campaign, but, like, he's like Master Chief's guy. He's who Master Chief talks to
Eh?
for like 80% of the campaign.
I imagine this man's
okay.
voice is like, "Hey, Master Chief, you won't believe it. It's crazy."
No,
Like,
he's
just
not actually
absolute-
that excited
going
like
on
ever.
here,
80% of that time, he's actually quite upset with Chief. He's like,
Oh, okay.
okay, Chief was like, I need a weapon. We're gonna go to this planet, and he's like, everybody's dead. Can we leave? And he's like, no, I need to go to the planet. I'm Master Chief. And he's like, bro.
Okay, back to the flood, or back to your pitch. But yeah, I found the flood. They look like little fungus dudes.
They are. They're just kind of parasites. And yeah, so the final episode would be like an escape sequence. Explosions. You're running from the flood. They keep jumping at you, and you finally make it to the evac point. And you're saved. I like to imagine like a Spartan shows up or something. Like you sent a
what if
distress
it's
call
Noble
earlier. They told you to go
6?
here. Dude, I totally don't like them.
Oh, well.
Wait, no, Noble 6, not Noble 6. I was thinking of I thought you were talking about the guys in what is it, Halo 5?
Oh,
That thought they were so cool.
Wait,
Locke's
Spartan Locke?
team.
Is it Spartan Locke?
Yeah, Spartan Locke's team.
I don't remember the name either. I didn't like them at all. I actually hate
No,
them.
Noble 6 was awesome. Noble 6, it's unfortunately dead.
I thought everybody
Nah, they
loves
just think
Spartan
he's
Locke.
dead.
Isn't he like the replacement for Master
I'll
Chief? that
punch you in the
everybody loves?
throat.
And he's now my favorite character because he's just so cool and so.
Oh, I
neat.
dislike you to an extent so much higher than I could tell you.
I don't remember. I don't know anything about Halo. I just know that people really upset at poor Locke. He didn't even do anything.
He did everything wrong.
Yes, he did.
He did so much
He
wrong,
tried to
actually.
kill Master Chief. He thought he was so cool until Master Chief 1v5'd them. Yeah, that's all I'm
It
saying.
was more like a 1v1.
Fair. Noble 6 is cool.
Noble 6 is banging.
There's only 2 Spartans to ever get the, like... What was the declaration that the Covenant gave Noble 6?
Oh,
Like threat class imminent or something
yeah,
like
like
that?
the highest threat possible.
Yeah. It's like Master Chief and Noble 6.
It's
They're the
literally
two that
Master
have it.
Chief and Noble 6.
Now, was Noble 6, were they the guys who died on Reach?
Spoilers! But yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like everyone knows that. I
Well,
think everyone knows
Noble
that.
Okay,
6,
I'm gonna say it.
Noble 6 was the main
I don't
character
think Noble
from Reach.
6 died.
Noble 6 is very dead. We saw him
I
get
don't
zapped.
think he's
Like,
dead. I think you
Now-
think he's dead, and that's what he wants you to think.
Tyler, I'm hearing a lot of wishful thinking.
Ty-
I don't want
Ty-
to talk to you right now.
Tyler, the
I guess this
planet was
podcast is gonna be a
glassed.
really short
The
episode.
planet
today.
was glassed.
Tyler, the planet was
No,
glassed.
he's all right. He made it
What do you
out.
mean no? He did. I can.
You can't the planet
Nuh-uh.
disappearing.
Nuh-uh.
This stupid gnat. No, but
I have
anyways,
my
that's
fingers in my
kinda the
ears,
basis
and
of my
I'm
pitch.
lying. I cannot hear you.
So I'm imagining maybe like a comms guy the whole time. Like he has like maybe halfway through we get a walkie. Now there's a comms guy that's like describing where we need to be going.
Of course
and
he
the comms
is.
guy's Jack Black. Yeah.
Of course.
He's just like, hey, you need to go there, Shabowie. You know, something like that.
I don't think that's how Jack Black talks.
Wow.
Can it be
pages.
Cortana? Could it be Cortana?
No,
Oh.
it could not be Cortana.
Why can't it not
That's
be-
kind of like
I can't.
that's Chief. That's like
Oh.
that wouldn't make any sense at
I
all.
thought she was just like a universal AI.
No,
No, she's Chief's personal AI.
Okay.
just for
So she
Chief.
wouldn't be.
She's like his wife.
And I guess it.
Honestly, yeah, she's the closest thing to a
Yeah.
wife that Master Chief has.
She's like, all right,
Because
honey,
I don't
make
count
sure
the
to
show.
cook yourself dinner and eat. And he's like,
that's
thanks, bro,
because
that's
I do not
crazy.
count the show personally. The
That show
didn't
did
happen.
not happen.
Is
It's
it technically canon or not?
it's not canon.
Okay, good. I didn't actually.
I
know.
think it's
not
canon,
canon in
for
my
its
heart.
own verse, but that's it.
I mean, I would hope so.
Could you imagine it's not canon even to its own show?
Just like that episode where
Do you all
Master
know,
Chief.
do you all
did
know
that
the
thing?
story of? I don't know if this has ever been confirmed, but it's been like rumored that the reason the Halo show is like it is it was originally a different sci-fi project,
It was.
and no one would pay for it until people were like, "Hey, what if it's Halo though?" And that's the whole.
It
reason it
originally,
got made.
at least to my knowledge, was a whole different show, and like you said, nobody was funding it, and they were like, well, we can make the main character Master Chief, and you know, stuff like that, and they were like, you know what, that's a
Yeah,
good
we can
idea.
make it bang. Let's make Master Chief bang. I'm sure that'll bring in a lot of views. I don't think they realized the backlash that the community had about that because it's Halo players. No one has.
No,
sex
the
in it.
worst part is they've never seen a piece of Halo content. Never played a game, never watched a movie,
Yeah.
never read a book.
This had Master Chief taking his helmet off all the time. Like, are you kidding me?
According
I
to
had to
Google,
beat-
it's part of the Silver timeline.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's real. That sounds fake. It sounds like something.
According
telling
to
me-
It
Screen
sounds
Rant,
like something they made up to make it sound canonical, but it's not.
It's like,
Silver
you're
time.
telling me I didn't have to beat Halo 4 on Legendary? I could have just waited for the show to come out?
Oh.
Oh, but, yeah, that's kind of my pitch. What are your all's thoughts? How should I improve it? What are
Right,
some things you want to
so-
say?
Okay, and mind you, this is coming from someone who doesn't know a ton on Halo. Instead of making it generic Space Marine, is there any Space Marines that were left missing in action in any of the games that it could be about to give you this like deeper connection to that character?
Not really. Now, the only one that there's only really one main like Marine that people think about, and that's Sergeant Johnson. Issue is Sergeant Johnson is soloing the Covenant. Like he's not stuck in that situation. They're stuck with him.
Yeah.
So the reason behind generic Marine is actually just so you don't end up being like a run and gun taking over.
Yeah, because if you were
Because
like,
it's generally how the game's go.
if you were like Master Chief or like Noble Six, like you would just plow right through easily.
Or even just a Spartan, like your average Spartan.
I
is going
think
to
this
plow
would be
through.
an even
Right.
cooler idea if the aliens are just like you said, like normal, and that's it. And you're like a grunt. Like you're not even a Spartan. Like you don't
That's what
even
I
have
mean,
like
like, you're
Spartan
just a
armor.
generic
Oh,
Marine.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not a Spartan. You're a generic Marine.
Yeah.
No armor. Like you know the Marines that like you can go around and like steal their weapons and
Yeah.
melee
Okay.
units?
Okay.
You're one of those guys.
I thought you were talking about the like basic
The group of
Spartans
Marines that we
just don't
mass
do a whole
executed
lot.
when I tried to play Halo.
What?
Dude, it was so bad. I kept killing Marines.
Why? They're your
don't even think you
No,
make
they
this.
kind of just got caught in the line of fire.
Oh, it wasn't
and
purposeful.
also, one of them
okay.
had a sniper rifle, and I wanted it.
So you can ask him for it politely, and he'll hand it over.
I didn't see an option.
No, but yeah. So generic. It is like just a generic
Okay.
Marine.
I thought your pitch was going here, and I like your pitch a bit better. I thought your pitch was going to be you're an alien and you're stuck on a ship with Master Chief.
Oh.
Now that could be really funny. That's just not the case here. Like a horror game where you have to survive
Yeah.
Spartans.
Yeah.
See, I did something similar with the Godzilla video. Is why I didn't want to like try that
That's
again.
fair.
Mm,
My only thing is, how are you marketing this game? Like, to the average Joe, why are they going to want to play a Halo game where you're not one of the Halo characters?
honestly, any Halo fan will see the opportunity to be a grunt and kill elites and take that by the hand. Grunts do not kill
Yeah.
elites ever.
But that's the thing is like, you're not... That's to
My-
the Halo fans. Like, you can sell a Star Wars fan
So-
anything with a lightsaber, but how are you going to sell that to the general public?
So plan is first of all you have the Halo marketing.
I would say respectfully, I don't
So-
think you have to. It's Halo.
Well, you're gonna have the Halo marketing, so you're gonna have the elites. You know you have to bring in the Master Chief somehow, the Arbiter somehow. You know, maybe have them be like, I don't know, maybe not Arbiter, but like maybe have it like when you evac, like it's the Chief, or something just along those lines. But
So you think as long as you get the fight, though,
I
they'll
think
be fine?
I think it would be
I think-
important for like certain parts of the game for like certain Spartans to drop in and help you out in different ways. Like, for example, actually, this wouldn't make any sense though because they're all like dead or on a mission.
that's my thing is you are completely isolated,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
why in terms of the feel of the game, I want it to be like, especially early on, I want it to be very similar to Alien Isolation. In the style of like once you're caught, you can get away, you can run away, but the Covenant will chase you. They are stronger than you, faster than you, and smarter than you.
You could do it where the tagline of the game is Halo Isolation, or whatever you want to call it. Tagline, mission objective, survive.
Now that's exactly in the marketing. It would be just like survive.
Okay,
Yeah.
this
So, like,
would
they
be
end
really
each of the trailers
scummy.
with like objective survive.
This would be really scummy. What?
Oh no.
In the trailers for the game, you could make it seem
We're not
like
using
you're
Rogue
playing as
One. No.
like Noble Six and
No,
make
we're
the
not.
no,
objective
you don't want to.
survive.
No,
No.
I don't think you trick the audience. That's not
Yeah,
going to
that's
end
exactly how
well.
you not get a good game.
Yeah, that's exactly how
You will
people
get a one
angry.
review. Even if the game's good, you will get a one review. Now,
Yeah.
theoretically, we could do a like spin-off game where Noble Six got away and this is the situation.
You mean like
but-
another addition to the series because Noble Six is very much alive at this time?
Mhm. But issue is that this like idea for the game doesn't work that way because Noble Six again is not going to get like stopped by just your average like.
Okay, what if it was a Spartan who lost their armor, and so throughout the game you're trying to rebuild?
They
your
would
Spartan
die.
armor?
But again, I want it to be this like style of you're powerless.
Well,
you
no,
know?
that's what I'm saying is like. But I'm
Because
trying
the
to
Spartans
see,
aren't
why would
powerless
I
without
want to
their
play
armor.
this
Okay,
game? As someone who doesn't like Halo, how are you selling me this game? Because I'm just hearing generic sci-fi game now.
Well,
I
mean,
feel
it's the
like
same
it's...
reason why do people play Alien Isolation?
Oh,
It's
pardon.
the idea of like, it's like the idea of like, oh, you have to maneuver around. You know, you're pretty much a like slightly above average guy. You have to
Right.
maneuver around. You have to take pop shots and kill grunts. You have to like, you know, hide from the elites. And if you see a hunter, like run.
I think...
So you're saying it's kind of this, you're selling the fantasy of, because like Alien, I mean, the whole franchise is you're outmatched.
Yes.
With this, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if you're selling that Halo fantasy, but I guess it could work.
I think it
it's
could
a
work,
really
and I
cool
got-
idea.
It's a different take at what everything else Halo is, because you pretty much always play as a Spartan in the Halo games, and so you're never outmatched in Halo, right? Like you are usually either equal or like better in each fight you're in. In this game, it's a different take on Halo because you are outmatched. You're playing it from the perspective of a grunt, or they like just a standard Marine with nothing but your wits, right? And you have to try and figure out how to survive against these like awful odds, in which case you do end up surviving.
Right.
I love that idea. Just like we'll play on the Indomitable.
You said it.
The Indomitable
yes,
human
exactly.
spirit, dude.
The
Just
indomitable
this the
human
idea
spirit.
of like the Marines are like built upon nothing but just sheer willpower, and that's
That
what
makes
lets them
sense.
like keep up. And so it would just be that idea of like, you know, I love the idea of a scene where the Marines getting like shot at by a ton of different aliens at once. Like there's elites running after him, there's grunts shooting at him, there's the I always forget their name, but the snipers.
Jackals.
Do you remember what they're called? The
Little-
jackals, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
jackals.
The jackals are like taking like snipe shots at him, and he's just sprinting for his life. He makes it like somewhere, he dives into somewhere, leaves behind a grenade, and takes out a couple. But then it's just like you get a moment of rest, only to find a hunter staring you down,
So
and it's just like you got to keep running.
I really like the idea because like I'm seeing that as the trailer for the game. It's super realistic and it starts out really slow and like almost muffled, like when you get hit with a flashbang, and it's just like the heavy breathing of him running, and then all of a sudden it
Yeah.
like cuts up and it's like and it's like and he's like hiding behind cover, like what do I do? Where do I go? The cover around him's like
Well-
being broken.
Here's how I have the game starting, right? The game starts, you're part of a Marine platoon led by a Spartan.
Ooh,
right?
okay.
And you're one of the Marines, you're following the Spartan into like what you know is going to be a war zone. They've sent you completely undermanned into a mission that realistically, like, it's going to be a
You're
difficult mission,
dead.
but because you have a Spartan, you know, you're confident, right? And you follow the mission, you have your gun, and then suddenly you get ambushed. And all of a sudden, you know, the guy next to you goes down. The guy that was next to him goes down. And so you start firing blindly into like the crowd that you think they're at. And you hear the Spartan shouting orders, and suddenly the Spartan gets stabbed in the back by one of the invisible elites,
Oh.
goes down, and at that moment, all you can think about is just getting away. So you just start running as you hear your comrades fall. And then that's kind of like, that's like the start of the game. Like you're playing the game at that point.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
like the first mission is you running and getting somewhere safe.
Like run, like you run. I can imagine like running through like a really thick forest on like an alien planet.
Yeah, you're
And
running through like a forest,
"Where
you're getting
even
shot
am
at.
I?"
You're getting shot at. You have to dodge the occasional like I'm imagining like the occasional hunter blast shooting at you.
That could be awesome.
But they're not going to pursue you too hard because you're just a random Marine.
Yeah.
And if they sent one Spartan, they're probably going to send more, right?
Yeah.
So they're waiting around, like they're waiting around the initial site looking, and that's like how you manage to escape. Is they just don't take you seriously enough.
So what if you spun it a little bit to being a bit of a survival experience as well? Like beyond just the you're being hunted, but where you're slowly getting stronger.
See,
And,
that's
like-
also the thing though. It's like I want to keep the main character like weak. I don't want you to be able to fight back.
I have.
But see, I don't know how do you do a conclusion to that game then?
Well, you get away.
Yeah.
You get saved. You get evac by.
I think
a
there
group
should
of
be more
Spartans.
options though. Like it definitely has to be a multi-ending system. It couldn't just be one ending because you would never replay the game. You'd be like, okay, I escaped. Like, psh, done.
Well, why do you replay any Halo campaign? You just want a really well written campaign, I assume.
True, but I feel like that comes with a lot of like the reason the Halo campaigns are good is like you're a cool guy who goes and saves a bunch of people, and it's really like heroic and awesome. But like you're just a grunt in this game. Like you can't kill a bajillion aliens and save a whole planet, let alone a whole universe.
Maybe you never like kill a ton, but the idea of like slowly growing, like, oh, okay, I stole this weapon from this alien, and you're slowly like building up your arsenal.
I don't
like,
mind.
Hey,
I don't mind
need
the
to-
ability to be able to take weapons and be able to like occasionally fight. You wouldn't be able to take Covenant weapons though, because it's like a confirmed thing that like the Chief can use the Covenant weapons because he learned how to use them. But your average grunt's not gonna have any idea how to shoot them.
Yeah.
What if you could do like a training thing where like you had to train to get better at using weapons that weren't?
It wouldn't
'cause
make
You're not
sense.
going to have a lot of
That wouldn't make sense on the fly.
No, it would make sense on the fly. It could be really cool. You could set up like a stealth mission, and if you succeed in the stealth mission, like your character could learn how to use like in these small
Well,
stealth
what you
missions.
could
They could
do
learn how to use
instead
weapons.
is you could leave around actual like UNSC
Oh, that could be cool too.
like
Yeah,
weaponry,
true.
or you can make one part of the mission being you going and recovering, the Spartans like weapons.
Oh,
Because they're not going to leave the Spartan armor laying around. They're not going to leave the armor, but they could very much leave the like guns around.
I think it'd be really
And so
cool.
it could be you recovering the guns, and then you make your final Hail Mary attempt to get to the evac.
Ah,
You have to do like a sit up and like survive type of moment where like they keep coming at you, but you just keep gunning them down,
I really,
and then finally they come to evac you.
I really liked the idea earlier with the radio, and I think that could still be a really amazing idea. And that would be the like the mission where you could find the Spartan armor, but it's like salvaged, and like all that's really left
The
is
Spartan
the
armor is not
helmet.
going to work because also like you can't use like a normal Marine wouldn't be able to use a Spartan armor.
No, right, but they
It's
could
just-
salvage
they're
the
not able
helmet
to.
for like its radio.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, just leaving a radio around, like maybe the mission of like recovering your goods, like recovering your weapons,
Yeah.
would be the like also where you would get a radio to call for help.
Okay, I'm gonna have a weird reference to the vibe I think you could play with. Did you all ever watch Red Dawn? I
Nope.
believe is what it is.
Red
Let me make sure I'm talking
Dawn?
about the right film. It's not a sci-fi film. Red Dawn, yes, it is what I'm talking about. So Red Dawn, and this is gonna sound really random. Red Dawn, there was a remake and the original. It's set basically in a random American town when another country invades. And it's these group of teenagers, and they just have to survive from the military, but they slowly like steal weapons, and they slowly are fighting back. And so what I think might be kind of neat is if you have this energy where throughout that movie, you would have these moments where like they'd find the kid's hiding spot and they'd wipe it out, right? But the kids would always get something out of even losing everything. So if throughout the game's story you have these moments where like maybe you are slowly trying to fight back because it's your job, like you're a Marine, you have to keep fighting even if you're inevitably going to die. And so
Yeah.
the idea of like maybe you get a sniper and you like try to like, hey, I'm gonna go execute some commander, and it goes badly and you lose all your supplies again. But hey, now I have access to this piece of information or this new piece of equipment I can use. And maybe it's a kind of cycle of maybe it's not even story driven, but it's a how long can you keep surviving out here, assuming that you just the longer you survive out here, the more skills you will have, but the more enemies they're going to be sending after you. And it's like maybe you make that kind of the pitch of the game is it's
See, that just sounds like an entirely different game though.
well, I think that does keep its core though. The idea of the alien isolations, you're being hunted, because that by itself is not enough to sell the experience, I don't think. If it's just alien isolation, but different aliens this time. Because you've got to make it something different.
See, the thing about Alien Isolation is it's one, like you're running from one alien, or maybe I think there's like two at one point.
Yeah.
You're hiding from one alien. You're on a like really tight ship, all this and that, and you're just trying to like get away, right? The idea of this one would be you're not running from like one alien, you're running from an army,
Okay,
like an
but
actual
realistically, is that
actual
enough of a
set up
difference?
military. Yes, it's a set up military. They're not gonna jump scare you and like grab at you or something. They're going to see you on accident, call the like commander, and then all of a sudden you're getting pincered in. It goes from like a very chill, like you're hiding, everything's fine, to all of a sudden there's a grunt. And then you start running the opposite direction. Now there's like 3 elites standing there because they knew where you were going to run, right? The idea that you're getting pincered by a military rather than getting chased by a single entity would be
I
the
don't
same.
know if that's I don't even know if you can make 2 hours of experience out of that, though.
See, I think you could. Absolutely.
It's possible.
And then also, you can add the, like, survival, like, elements to it with, like... I don't want... Like, what I don't want it to be... Like, I don't want it to be something where you can become stronger than your enemy.
No, I don't think you should
At
ever
0
be
point.
stronger.
But here's the
I
thing.
think there should be
if
a
it's
point
a
where you're
survival
able to
game
hold
like
down.
that, well, what's the point of a game like a survival game style if you're never able to, like, consistently beat the enemies, right? No one would play that. I would
because
play
you're
that.
trying to escape.
Yes, that's the point of the game. That's why I'm saying the Alien Isolation
But
style.
I don't think
At
you can
some
do the
point-
escape if it's just the, because knowing what I know of Alien Isolation, like it is because it is trying to sell the Alien experience, right?
Well,
The
what I'm trying
experience
to play it
being
off of
hunted.
is this guerrilla warfare style more.
Yes,
of, like,
but
you
in
don't wanna
guerrilla
get
warfare,
caught.
you can still fight back.
Yes, and you're still going to be able to fight back. I want that to be, like, midway through the game.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you
I
you
agree.
start going to find your weapons, like, midway after you've caught yourself a little bit of a break. Then you start being more of the guerrilla warfare style of, like, hey, the guy you're talking to on the radio is, like, your commander, right? Like, you've radioed your commander, like, I need evac, well, you've got wiped. He's like, okay, listen, here's what you got to do first. Then, like, here's what you got to do first before we can even try to evac you. And so you have the guerrilla, like, the warfare style of, like, okay, I need to go to this point and take out this gun, right? And it's not
very
something
much
where you
almost
can
more
walk
of a
in and kill
stealth
them.
game.
Yeah, a stealth game, for sure.
A stealth
But at
assassination
first-
game.
Yeah.
Like
Stealth Assassin Halo game.
like
Sure.
Splinter Cell esque.
Potentially.
Like stealth
I've never
levels.
played
I've never,
Sorry.
I've never played Splinter Cell.
Oh, me neither. I was just
Yeah,
thinking like
definitely,
uber
like-
stealthy.
Well, I also love the idea of, like, you can survive if you get caught if you leave the area long enough. Because I want it to be more of a, like, big map style, but where certain areas are locked off. Like, you can't go to the evac point early on. Or you could go there, but, like, nothing will happen because, like, your evac ships can't come in.
Because of
Because,
artillery or anti-air or
Yeah.
whatever.
So you have to go take out the anti-air, but you can't take out the anti-air until you get guns. But you can't get guns until you distract the commanders long enough to leave.
Realistically, would they be doing all this for one grunt?
See, that's the thing, is that I imagine making it a, like, high-value planet,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, he's just a grunt. If we can actually get him to, like, do these things, then there's no loss. But if he dies, it's, like, very minimum. You know,
Ah.
we already lost a Spartan. What else can we lose from this?
Okay.
So they're not worried about him as much as they are just like, they're like, hey, go take out this artillery and sure we can come.
I think that would be an interesting part. I feel like in this, there should be like dialogue choice options. When they radio in, they'd be like, oh yeah, do this. At one point in the game, you can be like, bro, why am I doing all this? Like, this is a lot of work just for one guy. And then like the other guy could just be like, yeah, you aren't wrong. It's not really about you.
Well, I love the idea of, like, I'm imagining a particular scene where it's like the Marine radios. He's like the initial radio. He's like, this is Marine number 112-70B or something like that. And he's like, and requesting evac. Our crew is down. And the commander is like, it's like, denied, sir. Can I pick you up until the artillery is down? And the Marine's like, tell me where it's at. You know, something along those lines. Obviously not that dialogue. I would love more, like, someone
Better
who actually
written
knows how to
dialogue
do
than
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want Star Wars dialogue. I want something actually pretty good. But you just gonna let that play, Connor?
I genuinely, I just
Yikes. Oh, me too,
to
Connor.
throw shade at Star Wars. That's on you. That's on your head. You'll get the fans coming after you. They're not going after me.
What's funny is you think I care.
You will. I know
Okay.
those fans.
I feel so bad for
Yeah,
you.
funny you say that because I'm wearing my Star Wars Hawaiian shirt today.
I'm wearing a shirt that says I'm afraid of women.
Oh my gosh, me too. Twinsies.
My goodness.
Not really. I'm not wearing. I'm not
Oh.
wearing my Fear of Women shirt. Sadly, I wish I had one.
I'm not wearing my fear. See,
No,
you
but-
could have lied. They have no idea.
Oh
No,
yeah,
but
I forgot
anyways,
I'm
to, like-
a PNG. Doop doop.
To kind of finish my pitch.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's, I imagine, like, at the very end, you know, you get the final game cutscene where it's like, soldier, we didn't actually expect you to get back, but good job. And they, like, throw a Medal of Honor on you and kick you out, you know? And it's the idea of, like, that's it? You did all of that and that's all they give you? Because that's how it would go, you know?
Oh.
yeah.
I think you get
I
to
don't know.
meet Master Chief. They're like, we'll fulfill one wish, and then your one wish could be meeting Master Chief.
What's it when you evac? I'm imagining like the only reason they're even putting this effort into you because it's a high value planet. They wouldn't have sent a Spartan otherwise.
Yeah.
When you start to evac, that's where you get a named Spartan, be it Master Chief or just one of the other named Spartans. Maybe you could see Noble Six before Halo Reach.
Yeah, because we never
Before the
set
events of
a
Reach.
spot in time where this like exists.
Yeah, I mean this could happen at any time during
This
the
could
war.
be Master Chief's like first mission, even.
If we do bring in Noble Six, though, we have to not bring in the Flood.
Yeah.
Because the Flood's kind of a big deal no matter what planet they're on.
Yeah.
So I do like the idea of just not incorporating the Flood at all.
I agree.
And just having it be a thing of like, once you get to the evac zone, you have to keep fighting off the Covenant, but like they don't have any artillery left because you destroyed it all. And the ship finally comes in. The ship like starts bombing, running the grounded Covenant who can't shoot back.
I think the last scene of the game would be awesome if you were like in a Scorpion. Like they're like you took out the artillery. Here's a Scorpion. You just hop in and just.
See, I'm imagining the last scene being the crew of Noble Six, so everybody that was originally on Noble Six, or like that like crew, is they land, they jump out of the helicarriers or whatever they're called. I always forget
The helicarriers.
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun.
See, I just knew he would say something. No, what are they called?
I don't even know.
UNSC ships.
Are they the Pelicans?
Pelicans,
yeah.
Pelicans, yes. So they like jump. No, it wouldn't be the Pelicans. They're like helicopters, whatever. They jump
I'm
out of
looking
them,
it up
right?
now.
The big dude lands with his minigun. You have I think her name's Kat, jumps out and starts shooting at people, and they all just start running into battle. And then finally you have Noble Six, it's like the last one running in.
Falcon.
Just like walking in slowly. Falcons, okay. He like walks in slowly and he just gives you a nod of like and then runs off into battle. And then the game ends right there. You get like your cutscene at the end of the game, and that would be it.
Yeah. It's a unique pitch. I would like to see how it would look. I feel like it's one of those pitches that like you'd have to see it in process because my biggest fear would be that it doesn't feel Halo.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good pitch. I guess closing thoughts before we wrap up the episode.
I think it would be uber important to have some sort of story going on, because if it was like literally just
obviously.
Yeah, I feel it's got to be a story.
like
here.
you escaping, like I feel like doesn't add a whole lot. So there has to be a reason why we're on the planet, but obviously that would come out like
I imagine
fully
all that
making
gets
the
revealed in
idea.
time because like again they don't always tell the Marines exactly what's going on. They just tell them to go do it, and that's real like in the military as well. So I imagine like as you are like getting through the planet, you're seeing more and more of the Covenant secrets, right?
That'd be epic.
And maybe we make our guy, like our Marine that gets away, maybe we make him like a high-ranking officer by the end of the like once the game ends, you see him in like a fully like medaled up military uniform.
You could have him show up in a future proper Halo game.
Have him show up in a future game.
What if it was the dude where it's like, Master Chief, what do you think you're doing in the nurse's office? Like, what if it was that guy, but before he was that guy?
See, what I know though is that, or from what I remember, he never participated in any like really big campaigns, so it wouldn't make sense.
Bro.
But you could make it another guy.
Right, it could be another guy.
Yeah, you could.
Or
tie
you just
it
make
into
him his
some
own
old
guy.
character. That's true too. But with that, great pitch. As always, Jay, a very interesting pitch. To those at home, please leave us a comment. Jay, what should they comment about?
You should go watch my YouTube channel.
That's not.
Didn't answer the
plug
question.
in. Yeah, go check out Jabali's Rocket League channel.
You should comment how much you love Rocket League.
No, you should tell us.
You should comment about how much you love Rocket League and how much you love Jack Black.
How does that tie into anything we've talked about here today? I swear.
You should talk about
Jack
your
Black.
favorite Halo weapon. Yeah, that's a
You
cool
wanna know mine?
one.
I like the machine gun.
Oh, you nerd. Anyways, Jay, what do you
It's like the 50.
No, like the main one with the little numbers on the side.
Oh, the like
classic
M16, like regular one.
Yeah, whatever the
I don't know what
basic
it's
one.
called. I won't even.